From a high perspective, your current life is just one day in a very long journey back to source. Alternatively, you could see your current body as the vehicle you happen to be piloting right now, with your soul being the driver. I had lightly mentioned during the session that it could be your goal not to have any goals. A later discussion with the person's family brought up many doubts about the advisability of such a course. Talking with family and friends is always an excellent way to have your doubts and confusion expressed for you. We'll start with the word should, which I didn't actually use. The human being is a creator for the further expansion of the universe. It is only due to the programming and manipulations for hundreds of years that the human has forgotten his true divine nature and power. You exist to create miracles, but the dark has deceived you into thinking you are weak and unworthy, and has used your power to create chaos. These are the times of great change, the time for you to claim your power and divinity, and go forth in bringing peace and love to the world. You are a walking sun and a portal through which the higher light of the cosmos enters the earth. You have the power to create or uncreate structures with a single thought. Meditate on this for a while and realize your true beingness with focus on your heart center. Even if you sell your soul or commit heinous crimes, then yes, after your death, you might end up in an unpleasant place. But even that is a place you can work your way out of. It is not a hell that you're sent to permanently. Even there, you can always turn to Source or to an ascended master like Jesus or Yeshua. In very rare and extreme circumstances, beings can get unmade if they violate the free will of very many people in a very serious way. But even then, an alternative way of thinking about that is that the being just instantly gets merged back into Source. Because after all, the energy corresponding to that being's soul doesn't just stop existing. It merely gets transformed, and Source is everything, so the resulting transformed energy is still part of Source. So it is valid to think of beings who get unmade as beings who just instantly get merged back into Source. So from a high perspective, you can view your body as just the vehicle that you happen to be currently driving. And pretty much no matter what happens to your body, no matter what happens to you in this life, your soul will be just fine. And if you are following along at this point, how crazy is it to have the goal not to have goals? The statement was made in jest, but also in all seriousness. Duality requires that something be said, but not worshipped as absolute truth. What we wish to do is to investigate what is involved in the whole goal-setting process. One of the ideas put forth by the pro-goal faction is that there can be no progress without goals. For individuals or the world to improve, goals must be set and reached. Is that really true? Let's take a closer look. To begin with, goals are set by the mind. The mind knows only what it has learned in the past. Therefore, goals can only seek to achieve what already exists. The mind runs on old stories. These goals can only reinforce old ideas about how things should be. People who are truly innovative, who help bring about remarkable change in the physical reality, do so by ignoring their minds and what they have been taught. Instead, they observe what is and follow their inner guidance, leading them to ideas that have not surfaced before. Much like cleansing your physical body through a shower, it's equally important to cleanse your aura regularly. It'll get rid of any accumulated negative energy. Several strategies may be used for this, such as taking a salt bath or using visualization techniques to see a bright light clearing your aura. To keep your aura strong and pure, Choose a self-care practice that works for you and include it in your daily routine. You can keep these stones with you or arrange them for your house and place of employment. You may also use essential oils for aura elevation and cleansing, such as lavender, frankincense, and lemon. To use topically, mix a few drops with a carrier oil or add a few drops to a diffuser. Try out different combinations of oils and crystals to see which ones work best for you and your aura. So, if you are afraid, then my thoughts are with you, and there's nothing wrong with you. What you are feeling is understandable. Many people on Earth are afraid right now. You're not the only one. We could take a sidestep here and demonstrate the difference between being present, seeing what is there, and following inner guidance, all of which is not goal-oriented. How can you have a goal about something that you know nothing about? Einstein developed theories that absolutely changed how we look at time, space, and matter. Later physicists have expanded upon these insights through their own observations and inner guidance. You are a walking sun whose power and pure light are carrying this world into a new reality. It is why you were chosen to be a part of this grand mission. The cosmic councils knew that with your presence, Earth's ascension would be a success. What you are accomplishing in this lifetime is a badge of honor to your soul for eternity. Negative ions can counteract the damaging free radicals that deplete your vitality. Natural settings, especially the Earth itself, are full of these ions. To come in contact with negative ions, place your feet bare on the ground or grass. This allows negative ions to enter your body through them and enter both your physical and energetic bodies. It's also available in sources of flowing water, such as waves, waterfalls, or even a downpour. Make a habit of strengthening your aura by connecting with negative ions. The power of your thoughts and beliefs can shape and transform your reality. To strengthen your aura, meditation and visualization can be helpful. Find a comfortable, meditative posture and engage in a 15-minute meditation session to center your focus. During this practice, visualize your aura radiating with increasing brightness and intensity in your mind. Continue this visualization for an additional 5 to 10 minutes. Ask your higher self to channel light and envision a radiant stream of prana energy descending from above and entering your auric field just above the crown of your head. Dedicate about 5 minutes to this practice, and don't forget to express gratitude to your higher self afterward. Obviously, that kind of debate isn't going to end in a satisfying way for either side, which is why debates so often feel frustrating and pointless nowadays. Really, that's what a lot of debate comes down to nowadays. Two scared people insisting that the other person changes their view so that they can feel safer. Or perhaps one side tries to have a rational, substantive debate and the other side is trying to feel safer. However, don't fall into the trap of thinking that you and the people on your side are always rational and being substantive, and the other side is being irrational. Pretty much everyone, including people who are being irrational and who are trying to feel safer, has some reason for thinking that they are the rational side and the other side is ignoring experts and ignoring the science. Or the other side is ignoring obvious reality in favor of virtue signaling or some other reason. Pretty much everyone, including irrational people, think they are the rational ones and the other side is irrational. So don't be too quick to label yourself as someone who always tries to have a substantive debate and who never tries to feel safer through demanding that the other side agrees with you. Probably you have had some moments where you were indeed debating substantively, but also some moments where you are trying to feel safer through asking that the other person agrees with you. Why do you set goals? This is a place where being completely honest with yourself is important. Perhaps you believe that the realization of that goal will bring you happiness, peace, security, or love. I suggest that you look at your personal history at those times you have realized personal goals. Have they brought you any of that, other than the momentary high when the goal is first reached? Is that happiness, peace, security, or love sustained? Does that continue to be felt in your day-to-day life, or do you compulsively set new goals to try to get that feeling back? Perhaps one sets the goal of being wealthy. Does that person ever have enough money? Is there a constant desire to accumulate more, perhaps more than could even be reasonably spent? So, the question remains of why the goal is being set. Again, honesty is important. If you are lying to yourself as to the true reason, how can you ever be satisfied? Is it because you want to feel that you have been successful in life? What is success? Who decides that? Whose approval is being sought? I suggest that you look long and hard for the true motivation for the goals you set. If you seek to feel at peace, then be at peace now. There is nothing that needs to be done.